Okay, so first day back. I got better netting, insect netting. I will this I like much better. I will link it. Came off of Amazon. Pulled, I think, 5 or 6 heads of cabbage out of here. I'll insert some pictures of how big they are. There's still some broccoli coming. There's still some cabbage going on. I don't know what's going on in this bed. We'll have to kind of, I don't know if it's been too much rain. There's a lot of leaf curl, which I don't like, but it could be from the storm. Kind of give it a few days and let it do its thing. I pulled, as you can see, some of the dill has gone to seed, so I have pulled the seed. We'll dry those and, of course, use them. Pulled some lemon balm. Yes, we need to weed eat. It'll happen. I was sick. It didn't happen. It's okay. As you can see, this is the other bed. This bed was actually, I thought this was supposed to be my cabbage bed, and somewhere cabbage got in this bed. So yeah, that's where that is. We're cleaning up still kind of after the storm. I'll show you the rest in just a minute. I wanted to do this real quick while I'm finishing up before I forgot it. I cut the comfrey back, and as you can see, these leaves are just parts of the comfrey that I put in the other beds because it will fertilize, and yeah, that's a helpful thing. So let me finish securing this bed and we'll talk some more. Okay, while we're kind of up close and personal, tomatoes in the buckets are doing good, kind of. Cucumbers doing good. Cucumbers in this bed starting to do stuff, making me happy. Not sure what's going to happen with this bed. This is where the peas that were decimated and the beans that were growing are in. However, the storm broke the other railing, so we're not sure how we're going to fix that because, yeah, we just have to deal with it. Cutting back peppermint again, and then we're going to kind of piddle a little bit more, and then I'm going to be done for today. But I'll show you the rest of the garden and finish a walkthrough, because I know Ian kind of did speedy ones, but yeah. Excuse me. So obviously, I harvested a bowl of peppermint. I'm walking through here barefoot. If you hear me scream, we've encountered a snake. Yes, I'm a country girl, but me and snakes are just not friends. There's more work that's got to be done, but I've kind of like done all that I need to do for tonight because I'm really winded. This is the lavender bed. I'm gonna have to get it back out to it. As you can see, it needs weeded. I don't know exactly what's coming through growing in it, but we'll pull it out. Not a big thing. As you can see, there's peppermint behind it. Mint will take over if you don't stay on top of it. You probably already know that. Tomato bed. Marigolds are gorgeous. I'm gonna come back down and top them. As you can see, all the stakes that I had put up are kind of every which way. Gotta fix that. It's not gonna happen today. It'll happen in the next couple of days. There's mint in little containers back there. We'll get those dealt with. They need to be harvested. I think that's chocolate mint. But yeah, we'll get that harvested in the next couple of days. We'll walk down, just kind of walk through. Tomatoes, everything was looking really good. Throughout here, I think we're kind of doctoring this one because it's starting, for some, whatever reason, in just the last few days, day or so actually, because we came down after the rain and it looked really well, but it was floating. We are kind of monitoring them and making sure that, you know, they do well. There's a tomato. I'm so happy. Cucumbers in the buckets. They need staked. Not going to happen tonight. Most everything, that's the old ag fab that I did not like and complained oh so much about. That's still over the beans and the peas that I got to figure out how we're going to handle that. That's just, you know, it was a storm. I'll put a picture in of what it looked like after the storm from, you know, where I was in the house, and you can kind of see. But we're going to walk on down just a little bit more, wrap this up, because I don't know exactly how long it is, but I know it's in little pieces and parts, which means that I have to piece it together and get it in order, which is something that is never fun or easy for me. In this bed, of course, is still tomatoes, onions, marigolds, dill. Didn't really have any damage on this bed. We had one pinwheel get broken, so, and maybe two pinwheels got broken. Other than that, you know, no big deal. My tomatoes are starting to finally show some signs of something. I'm starting to get a little bit concerned because, you know, when you're gardening and stuff, you kind of want things to grow. I'll move on over to cucumbers. This is the lemon cucumber bed. It's starting to kind of, the marigolds kind of not so good in this bed. I'm not real sure why. In the one bed up there, they kind of like just withered away and said, oh, we're done. But everywhere else, the little spots that you see are mushrooms. Came with the dirt. I'm not sweating it. It's not a big deal. None of my lights, none of the deterrents got any damage. Happy about that. However, we'll kind of walk this way and show you. After the rain, you'll see the picture. After the first storm came through, all of my corn was laying the other way. So we're working on kind of trying to get it to stand back up. The blessing of that is that there were a couple of zucchinis that had grown that had been overlooked. So we got zucchini out of the storm. Everything seems to be recovering. There's a lot more sunflowers poking through. There's actually more carrots underneath the bottom. We'll go around on the other side. We're trying to keep this one going. It keeps misbehaving, but we keep sticking it back in the ground and letting it root. We pulled probably 10 zucchini off of this, or squash off of this. I'm happy. It can keep doing its thing. On this side, you may or may not be able to see it, and I'm not going to move them around a whole lot because this bed took a really hard hit of damage. But these are the crooked neck. If you're from the country, you know what I'm talking about. Squash. There's a few of them. We'll get right down here and you can see it. There's a few of them growing now. So hopefully in a few days we'll have them. Mushrooms. Oh, a whole bean. Yay, it's a whole bean and I'm picking it. It may be the only bean that I grow this year, but I grew a bean. As far as the corn goes, none of it broke. So that's good. It's just a matter of kind of nursing it back to where it stands up on its own. It was laid over these squash and there was so much water that we just really couldn't do much with them. So I've slowly been easing them over to that side and hoping that they'll pull themselves back up. The sunflowers, of course, will, because they'll point to the sun. That's what they do. But you know, the good part of everything is none of the stalks broke. You can see, if you look closely, you can see that there are corn cobs forming, and they're starting to fill out. So fingers crossed that that happens. I think we went to the pepper bed. Like you can see, we got some work to do this week. But pepper bed's doing okay. Marigolds need topped out again. Strawberry bed, actually there's strawberry leaves. I have not seen any strawberries, and that's okay. We'll come down and harvest the leaves again, dehydrate them, use them for tea or something like that, and be good. Let's wander this way a little bit. Kind of, there's prickly stuff, and I'm barefooted, so Ben, I don't know what happened to him, but Ben no longer does anything but looks cute. This oregano growing, the oregano that I had in the house, I killed. I don't know what happened. Rosemary, the rosemary that I had in the house, we killed it. Don't know exactly when or how, but yep, it's gone. I bought some new today, so hopefully won't kill it. We have pulled a couple of, I got to get this one up off the ground. We've pulled a couple of peppers out of here. We'll just kind of see what happens. But anyway, guys, this is the after the storm cleanup garden walk. I'm much more hopeful. You'll see when I show you the pictures, you'll see what I mean. When I first looked out the window and seen my corn, I was not happy. I was so upset. But everything appears to be kind of bouncing back. I think it's going to be okay. If not, there's still, there's still plenty of growing time left in our growing season. There's plenty more things that will be planted before we are completely done with this season, so it will be what it is. Cleanup will continue, and like I said on my Twitter, guys, we got hit. We were without power for about 12 hours. Just talked with the neighbor's son, and he just got power maybe 2 or 3 hours ago. So, there are people that got way worse damage than we did. So I'm grateful and thankful, and I'm thankful that their electricity has been restored. He had a generator, so he did not lose any food. That's good. We will talk about preparing in an upcoming video. I did a couple of takes yesterday, but I just couldn't get it to where I want it to be. I don't want to come across as fear. I don't want it to come across as preachy. I want it to come across in a way that you understand that being prepared is essential. It's not just about, zombie apocalypse stuff. It's about, you've got to be prepared in case of something like this. This could have been a whole lot worse. Our home did not sustain any damage. No trees fell in our general area. Some just 2 houses down did. So, just 2 houses down. I live in the city. It's not like I live in rural where 2 houses down is a long distance. It is not. So keep that in mind. Check and see how prepared you are in case of an emergency. Anyway, y'all have a good night. I'm gonna go inside and clean up a little bit, piece this together and upload it. We will probably do another walkthrough in a couple of days. I don't think that we'll do a video tomorrow because we go back to regular schedule, martial arts, church, the whole 9. So we probably will not do a garden walk, maybe Thursday, something like that. And of course, my lungs are still healing. So, you know, it is good. It is well. Y'all have a great day. This is the 4th of July. Remember the reason why we celebrate this holiday. Remember the men and women who made it possible. And let me add to, whether we agree or not, those men and women gave us the right to have our own opinions, think for ourselves, make our own decisions, and live the way that we would choose to live. So, right, wrong, or otherwise, appreciate them and appreciate the sacrifice. Remember, I am the mayor's daughter. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. We'll keep you updated. We'll close you out with a little shot of poor little old Ben, who just is done with life. I kind of know how he feels. Neighbors are starting to shoot off fireworks. Yippee. Have a good one. I'll see you. Bye.